Okay, I'm here with...
No, one. If you have to, it can't be between.
You can alternate. Okay, I'm here with Garen and Molly. They're out here protesting. We got protesting the Palisades fire. We're on the 1-year anniversary. Why are you guys out here? Tell me your story. Let me know.
We're not. I wouldn't consider myself protesting.
Okay.
It's more of support.
Right.
It's more like LA Strong. We're here to support the residents and businesses that are affected, and actually all of Los Angeles that was affected. So this is unfortunately 1-year anniversary, and there's, it's something to support. So we're more on the positive of support and rebuilding.
Awesome. Right on. And are you on the same page, or are you?
Absolutely. I raised my children here. I have 3 boys. I had a store right here on Swarthmore for 6 years, and so not only did I live here, but I was a business owner here, and this place saved my life many times, and I can't wait to get back here.
And you had a home that burned down in the fires?
We were renting over at Edgewater Towers, which just became habitable, but because we're renters, we just moved to Santa Monica. We're making that home now until we can buy back in.
Got it. And any insight into what are you waiting for to buy back in? Are you waiting for there to be more building going on, the permitting? Do you have any sense on any of that, or what are you guys waiting for? What's holding you back right now?
I think that when I do buy back in, I want to buy an existing home that's already been built.
Got it. Okay.
So that's going to be probably in like a 3 to 5 year time span.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. And anything else you want to share? I know you're big in the art scene. This guy's Mr. LA Art. I didn't know I was talking to a celebrity earlier. But anything you want? I know your art has covered what's happened here, and you've tried to bring awareness to it, positivity. So.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce Lurie Gallery burned down with my work in it and other artists' work, and the art community was affected, and so it's just really about support. I mean, we have been in limbo for the last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we just bought furniture this month. I mean, we just bought furniture. We're living in a house with no furniture, because we lost everything through smoke damage.
Right.
Because the place was partially burned. So to say we were victims would be an understatement. And so we literally just last month said, you know what, we're going to make this our home. I mean, because it's like for the last 12 months, it's been, okay, you can come back. You can come back. So, it's, and I think everyone has really just been in kind of denial, and the idea that it's like a death. It's like there's denial, then there's anger, and we choose to be and to rejoice and to, really, I want to say, like, embrace the community versus decide to live in anger or sadness.
Right.
And so I think that's part of just the natural human instinct. But at the same time, I really want to stay positive. I think there is, the government, has a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
And we feel very let down. And then also, I can't make that my life.
Right.
And so I want to move forward. I want to be positive. I want to I think you can look at it as the cup's half full or half empty. Okay. And I choose to be half full.
Right. Well, the reservoir was empty.
Yeah. No. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's.
No, I don't want to get you to say negative stuff. I'm just
because that's the thing. I start going down the wormhole,
100%.
and I start getting, and I just start getting upset. I can't. I don't. I choose not to live that way. I mean, because it's easy for us to come here and just be angry, and I want to stay positive. I think that's my message.
I think it's a great message.
We're gonna rebuild. I've been here. I'm 4th generation Angelino, so I've been here through the earthquakes. We had the fires in 2018, the Woosley fires. So fires, earthquakes, disaster, riots have all been part of our history, and we always get through it, and we build. So I just know it's. I mean, even the day of the fires, 1 year ago today, my wife said we're gonna go back and get the dog and evacuate, and I said why? Because we're so used to it. Right. We're so used to, like, oh, it's a fire. I mean, I drive through the fire, like, oh, I'm just going to work.
Right.
And so I really just I want to change the dynamic that we're strong and we're not victims. We're as a unit, we will rebuild.
100%.
And by the way, look at everyone that's here. I did a viral Instagram reel in front of Sanborn in Santa Monica the day that I escaped at like noon, and with the fire behind me, and you know, there's an agent in town, in Beverly Hills, named Josh Altman, that said that everyone was going to flee here and never return.
Right.
Well, they didn't flee; they're here,
right?
And we are returning.
They want to rebuild.
Yeah.
They want to keep this in their community. They're in it for the long haul.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you both so much.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
We love what you do.
And thank you. I appreciate that. You're Mr. LA Art on Instagram?
Yep.
Okay, and then what do you...
Molly Marie Swing.
Molly Marie Sweat?
Swing.
Swing. Okay, right on.
I'm
Thank you.
Garen Swing. That's Molly Swing.
Beautiful couple. Right on. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Epic. I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm here with Lisa Mackenberg. Hopefully you can hear us over the music right now. I want to know why you out here. What inspired you to join the protest today?
I lost my house up in Sunset Mesa. Something I never thought would happen. And we had firefighters up there. We had a volunteer firefighter. He opened the hydrants. He had the hoses. He stayed. But there was no water.
No water.
No water. The reservoirs were closed. Everybody knew this was coming. And it was almost felt like it was done with intention. If it wasn't intention, it was incompetence. Either way, it should not have happened. And all the people out here today are paying the consequences.
100%. Do you want to say anything to Karen Bass or about Karen Bass? Do you not want to politicize it? I don't want to force you to say anything, but what are your thoughts?
Karen, I understand how difficult it is, and I understand you have 50 billion balls in the air.
Yeah.
And yet, it's not an and or, it's not an or, it's an and.
Yeah.
And we are your people. And there's plenty of money. And it was not used wisely. So I request that you take a deep breath, take a look at all the assets we have so they're used wisely, and we're not hurting the very people we're trying to help.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, brother, I'm here with someone. I'm here with a couple. They had their home burned down. What's your name, brother?
Name's Jason. Last name's Wingate. And this is my wife, Brandy.
Brandy? Brandy. Jason, Brandy. Can you tell me why you out here? Tell me your story. Would love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean.
Hold the mic up if you could.
Oh yeah, bottom line. I mean, what do we got, Brand? We lost 2 homes.
Wow.
She lost another one of her child homes, and it's just as important. We're part of this community, and we're all upset, right? We're all really upset. We're upset with leadership. Facts. We're upset, man. Like, we lost 2 homes. We still don't even have permits to try to rebuild if we even want to rebuild. And we're taking the steps to rebuild. Just trying to figure out why we put another dollar back in this place, but we care about it. And you look around here, these are all good people. We're in a hell of a community.
Totally.
We really are.
Do you think the government could have done a better job of preparing for the fires? Do you have any thoughts on any of that?
Seeing they had,
I don't want to politicize the question. I want to let you guys come to it. But.
You can see from the picture here, I'm a little passionate about it.
Right.
100%,
Totally.
right?
Yeah.
Not just, years of preparation, and we go through this, every year, especially the events leading up to this, right? When you figure the first fire on the 1st, right?
Yep.
The night of the 1st.
Yep. That's
they
what
had
started
every
again,
opportunity to sit up there, do what they were supposed to do, put a couple extra dollars, keep boots on the ground right there.
Totally.
We would appreciate our firefighters kind of stepping up, and, unfortunately they were asked to step down from what we were told, save a couple special plants from some people. I think that's on
$600 million in property taxes.
Right.
You would think we could have.
Oh yeah, give her the mic.
Some
$600 million in property. Yeah.
$600 million in property taxes. You would think we could have a responsible response to that fire and do the proper cleanup. And when you hear that California State Parks and Recreation were in there demanding that they don't bulldoze certain areas to protect plant species or whatever, it happens over the people. I mean, how do you choose that? And then you abandon us. I mean, look at this. This is a year later. And look at how the city is. There are very few permits, very few people able to rebuild. The insurance is still just a mess. I mean, our state commissioner should resign. Bass should resign.
Yep.
Gavin Newsom should resign. The leadership is not there. They're not able. And no one's taken any accountability on how to run this area, let alone run our country. I mean, you said it perfectly. This is a microcosm for what they can do to our country.
Yeah,
And people need to be aware,
let the
and I
states
hope
be
America
known.
hears us.
I hope America does hear it. Unfortunately, if we can save our country and we have to go through this, all right, then that's our duty, to get it out there. But this is the truth.
Totally.
I don't say it very properly, but as we like to say, they got more, coming out of the ears than the Serengeti can hold, and that is the truth.
Right.
That truly is the truth. We know the truth, and we've seen it. We're living it. And it's the same with everybody else here. If it wasn't the truth, I wouldn't be standing here.
Awesome.
I don't think these people would either. But,
Thank you for what you do.
and thank you for getting, taking our story, getting it out there, and getting the message out.
Thanks for having the courage to stand out
Country
here.
needs to know.
Rebuild
Love your
your
shirt.
community. Yeah,
Love
thank
your
you,
shirt.
brother.
You're
Thank
part of the
you.
team.
Yeah, we're part of the team, dude. You put on the team. Okay, right on. Thank you both for your time. Appreciate it. I'm here with Lisa Cusack. She was just sharing why she's out here. She grew up here. Her folks are out here, and she was just telling me her story. Go ahead, please, Lisa.
Yeah, I mean, my parents didn't want to leave because my mom had also grown up here.
There you go. Yeah, keep
My
going.
mom also grew up here, so they had lived here all their lives. They'd lived through so many wildfires, and they assumed they were fine. My mom said the whole Palisades would have to burn down for it to get to us. And the Pali High caught on fire. We finally pressured them to leave. By the time they were leaving, they were driving over embers. Temescal was 2 walls of flame. Houses were catching on fire. There was not an emergency responder in sight. Their house didn't burn down until late the afternoon of the 8th. So the neighborhood had been allowed to burn for over 24 hours with no intervention.
And any thoughts on before the actual fire started? I mean, January 1st, it wasn't put out. The firefighters are not pre-deployed. Is that going through their head too, or what's it?
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of frustration towards LAFD. I got the opportunity to speak to a fire captain who was here that day, and so I know what he went through, and I know that it was not the individual firefighters. They were doing absolutely the best they can, but even the ones I spoke to said that the deployment was extremely chaotic, not well done, and then obviously there was the major problem, which was January 1st. I mean, and second, that was really the whole issue.
Totally.
But from top to bottom, I mean, there was not water. They ran out of water, I think, completely by 3 a.m. What I was told is by 1 a.m. that morning, you started hearing all these F-bombs on the firefighters' channels, because that's when they basically all realized it was out. The other issue that they had was they couldn't get to a lot of the houses because the live wires were on the ground because the city didn't turn the power off.
Interesting.
Or the LAPD didn't.
I did not know
or
that.
LADWP didn't turn off the power.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest questions is why didn't they deactivate the power lines?
Got it. Wow. Anything else you want to share before we wrap up here?
I mean,
You're running for office.
no, I am the chairman of the 44th Assembly District, so I'm elected. The city council needs to waive, LA City Council needs to waive permitting fees.
Yes.
I looked at the numbers. The amount of money that they will get in permitting fees is just about the amount to cover the lawsuit damages they had to cover last year. So they want that money to cover the lawsuits, but that is incredibly unethical. There is no normal world where you bake in permitting fees for a town that burned down, and they need to waive the fees.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for running.
Yeah. Hey, we're all part of the resistance here. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I just saw this legend right here with this sign, so I got an interview. What's your name, brother?
Tim.
Hold that right up to your. Hold that up to your
sorry.
mouth. Okay,
Yeah.
Tim. What do we
Tim.
got? Why are you out here? What are we protesting here? We'll just get a little.
Mostly just protesting all the incompetence that led to this mess, right?
Yeah.
Like there was just failure after failure after failure. All of these systems failed that were supposed to be in place to protect this town.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that people don't just sweep it under the rug, right?
100%. Are you
gotta learn from the
a
lessons.
community member? Are you a friend of someone whose house burned down? How are you involved here?
The fire started like a block from our house,
Oh,
but
wow.
our house is still standing, and we moved back in July.
Wow.
But it's been a long and difficult road. So
Wow.
most of our friends are still not home,
Right.
and we wish they would come back.
And is it a permitting issue? What's the issue with them?
It's so many things, right?
Okay,
There's permitting issues. A lot of them are just like waiting on insurance to pay them out, right?
Right.
Most of the friends I know that are stuck, they're being delayed, are because their insurance is just dragging their feet.
And with the insurance, is there anger like towards the government for not managing the insurance companies? Is it at the insurance companies directly? Is it a little bit of both?
No, I mean that's why my sign says Laura, right? It's
Yeah.
just like the head of the Department of Insurance. He's not enforcing like the behavior that's been ruled as illegal by judges, and he just refuses to enforce the law.
And why do you think he's not enforcing it? Do you think?
I mean, money talks.
Money
right?
talks, yeah. So the big donors to.
Sure.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to get reelected, right? And
Right.
he's in their pockets.
Got it. Right on.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to share about? Yeah, anything.
I just hope anybody that's out there that's trying to decide if they want to stick around or give up and move on. I just hope they find the strength to make the right decision for them, and we want to have as many people in this community back as we possibly can.
Awesome, right on. Thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate it, brother. Right on. Thank you, brother. Okay, brother, thanks for taking the time. What's your name?
David Shirley.
Hold that up. This is David Shirley. So tell me about your what's your story? Why are you here right now today at this demonstration?
Well, our house burned down in the fire, so we're here to see what's going on with all that.
Yeah.
And we're trying to rebuild a lot of homes for people to get them back in their homes.
Right. So, and where in the Palisades do you live?
We're up in the Palisades Highlands.
Palisades Highlands. Okay. How do you feel about? And then I want to get to the building and permit stuff. How do you feel about? Could the government have done something better? Could this have been prevented? Do you think it would? What are your thoughts on all that?
Water would definitely help.
I love it. Water would have helped. Do you? How's the rebuilding going on? You have
It's going fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's going fine. Okay.
I mean, the permitting is very slow. It's
Okay.
almost slower, even for a fire rebuild.
Yeah.
It's probably slower than it was before the fire. The expedited fire rebuilds take longer to get a permit than we used to get before the fire.
So is that a huge? That sounds like insanity to me. But
it is. But building wise, it's still going great because we have the same crews, same suppliers. We're just doing what we always do, and been building around here for 40 years. So
okay, so the outside of the permitting, what is your opinion on? I know LA City Council just voted again to delay the reconnection fees for some of the waive some of the fees. Do you think the fees should be waived? Should they just be reduced? Do you have any opinions on that?
It's for hooking up the water?
Yeah, for hooking up the water.
DWP should definitely hook up everybody's water for free.
For free?
Yes.
Got it. Anything else? Because you have a very unique, Shirley Construction, you have a very unique perspective. Anything else that your average person, like when you see a lot of people are angry out here, a lot of people are saying things online, hell, I'm saying a lot of things online. What is something that you wish more people understood about what's going on here?
They're probably all right in what they're complaining about. Right. By the way, I haven't heard anything that people are complaining about that seem wrong.
Yeah.
We could use some help from the government to get everybody moved back in.
Yeah.
And they're not doing much.
Any thoughts on Karen Bass?
No.
Good, smart man. You say, a lot of people here, they're not trying to be political about it. Are you moved back in have you rebuilt your place yet?
Our house burned down, no.
And do you intend to rebuild?
We do. We want to get back in the Palisades, back to the community.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time, brother. Thank you, brother. Right on. Appreciate it. I'm here with, what's your name, brother?
Scott Quigley.
Okay, I'm here with Scott. His house, him and his family's house burned down in the Palisades. He's here a year later, demonstrating right here. What are your thoughts? Why are you here today?
Well, I'm a little upset.
Yeah.
We've been here almost 28 years. Built a house, raised our kids here. Saw it all go up in smoke.
Yeah.
I grew up around wildfires. Lived in Orange County, and when the hills were on fire, I told my daughter, I said, we'll be fine. I said, I saw this CAL FIRE had 5 trucks drive by our house. We're in the lower parts of Alphabets.
Yeah.
And I said, we don't have anything to worry about. Grew up with this type of stuff all the time. Should never happen.
Yeah. And then, hold this up a little higher just because they have the speaker.
The more I kept on reading about stuff and all that, that the forest wasn't managed, the corruption, all this stuff, it's just sickening. And I want to see some change. We're rebuilding, and we want to be here, and we want to make sure that the new house doesn't burn down.
Awesome.
And that's kind of
how's the rebuild process going?
It's LADBS was actually pretty helpful with me because I'd built a house before.
That's building and safety?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I've already built a house. I knew the process.
Yeah.
It still took about 9 months because you had to basically redo a lot of stuff. Had to get the lot cleared, which I couldn't submit plans until the lot was cleared. And that meant that was finalized by the county. So even though things were cleared out in March, it wasn't until May that I could do that. So little delays like that. But quite frankly, I was surprised they were actually somewhat helpful. But if you're going through the process the first time, or you want to change things, or this was just a replica of what we did before.
Right.
And they were pretty fair. But it's just a daunting task. You have 7,000 structures, and most of these people probably haven't built a house before. Right. So it's going to be a long time before the town is normal. One of the things I also want to see is I want to see police, and I want to see fire, and I want to see infrastructure cared for. I've had stuff stolen off my lot already.
Really? Like building materials, or
quite frankly, the only thing that survived was I had a green egg smoker.
I know the green egg.
And it's the only thing that could withstand the heat. And I was, it was kind of sentimental to me. And 250 pounds, and somebody came in about 2 months ago and jacked it off the lot with the fence around the lot. So that just shows you we're sitting ducks here. We need police coverage, but all of our tax dollars need to be, we need something for that. I mean, quite frankly, maybe, if we should consider separating from the city, I think your quality of life would be going up. And I think that the negligence inflicted on us give us the legal basis to separate without having to go through the normal voting process.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
I think there are a lot of attorneys here that could facilitate that, because look, I mean, we were harmed. And instead of saying, hey, we have to have a whole city vote, we can sue for our independence.
You can secede from the union, brother.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Wow.
So anyway, that's a lot. So
right, no, I appreciate that.
So anyway.
Karen Bass, any thoughts? I think you kind of shared.
Well, most people don't know that she was a member of Vence Ramos, a Marxist organization.
Yes.
Nobody seems to really report about this during the election. And just dig into, do your own research, dig in, and form your own opinion.
Yeah.
People don't change that much, and that's one of the things that people who are Marxists don't believe in property crime. That's why we don't have police here.
100%.
So I don't really think that she cares if people steal from us or if our property gets damaged. Look, I mean, 35% of the Palisades voted for her, which means that she doesn't have an interest here.
Right.
Obviously she needs to show some empathy, otherwise that'll kill her political career. But she,
right.
She's not here right now.
Of course not.
Well,
she said the guy putting this on was profiting off of it. I don't know if you saw her statement.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous. It's just smoke and mirrors. I don't know Jeremy, but I've read a lot of what he's published, and that guy's smart. Yeah. And he's right on. The things that he's done, the math on developing, the math on doing houses, all this stuff. I'm a finance guy, and I'm like, the guy's really, really on top of it. I'm here today because I follow what he's been writing.
Right.
So, in addition to, this is our town where we raise our kids, where hopefully my grandkids will be here.
Awesome. You're gonna rebuild them.
Yep.
Good for you. Where are you living now?
Newport Beach.
Right on. That's God's country down there, brother. That's God's country down there. Okay, good for you. Thanks for taking the time, brother. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
Awesome. Okay, I'm here with Andy right now. He was just telling me a little bit about his story, but I want to get him mic'd up so we can hear it right from him. So, Andy, why are you here? Tell me your story. Give it to us.
Well, I'm here because I'm a long-time 25-year Palisades resident. And it's a pretty unbelievable community, and of course, everybody's pretty shocked at what happened with the fire.
Yeah.
But this is not only about being frustrated with a fire, a natural event, but also the city's response or lack of preparation. My story, in a nutshell, was we live by Palisades High School in the Almedio Bluffs.
So that's right here?
Yeah. It's about a half mile over there.
Half mile, yeah.
And we stayed relatively late on January 7th as the fire was approaching, mostly because there was gridlock in the neighborhood. You couldn't even leave in your car anyway.
Right.
So I would keep riding my bike out, looking up the hill, seeing how much time we had, and hoping that the traffic would die down. Fortunately, it did, and I was patting myself on the back. But as we went inside and loaded up some stuff for the car, the fire got closer. So by the time we left, it was probably 4 p.m. on January 7th. And at that time, Palisades High was on fire. Fires up and down Temescal Canyon Road. The mobile home park at the foot of the bluffs was on fire. And as we left, there's no one around, nobody around. No residents, no firefighters. I was shocked that there's multiple fires. We called 911. We're like, where are you? Which was pretty shocking. Obviously, the lack of water is probably the reason. So we ended up getting out of town and all that. But what's really frustrating to me, too, is that the day after, Wednesday and Thursday, the winds were not that strong.
Yeah.
There was multiple small spot fires. We snuck back in to check out our house and confirm it was burned. But there was no firefighter response. There were hundreds, if not more, firefighters down at Will Rogers State Beach where they kind of load up for supplies down there.
Right.
But they were basically just resting and waiting for action, while little spot fires that turned into more fires, 100%. Burning down houses on Wednesday and Thursday, which is just, that to me is the most frustrating thing, is that, I think we all have this high esteem for firefighters and their bravery, which we do.
Yeah.
But and I'm sure it's not an individual decision, but the lack of guts to fight this and just a total retreat was just humiliating. I'm so frustrated. That's what people here are angry about.
100%. Yeah. Are you going to rebuild? Are you here? What's your plan?
Yeah, we're rebuilding.
How's that process going?
It's going quite well. We're going through a production builder who's faster than normal.
Okay.
It's a challenging process to build.
Production builder is someone, it's like a prefab type of thing? What does that mean? What's a production builder?
I'll give a shout out. It's Thomas James Homes.
Okay.
They're a production builder, but it's a regular stick-built home, but they have preset floor plans. And so they
permits are easier because they're pre-approved?
No. Well, yes, because they've gone to the city before and built the same exact
home. Got it, okay,
times. So that was a big advantage. So we were happy with them. It's a simple process, fast, reasonably priced.
Yeah.
So we're happy with that. So we hope to be back in by summer of 26, late summer of 26.
Okay, right on.
So we're moving on it, yeah.
Okay.
And we love this town. We want to get back here, and it's so great to see people I haven't seen in so long, faces. Some I don't even know, but I just seen them around town a million times.
Right.
And so many people I know. So this is great. It's very cathartic to be here today and share all this.
Right on. You think it'll come back stronger then?
I hope so. That's the plan. Different,
100%.
but different, but stronger. We loved how it was. I would love to take that back right now, but that's not an option. So hopefully we'll take advantage of this great place.
So you touched on an interesting thing. You said the rebuild's going okay, because a lot of the things you'll see headlines or people will be like, the permits are super slow. They're charging fees for reconnect from DWP.
Yes.
But you're saying that stuff's bad. It could be improved, but it's not horrible.
Well, mostly because we're going down this route with Thomas James Homes, who's extremely experienced.
Okay.
We started with an individual architect for several months and got nowhere.
Interesting.
Both our own design time and also with the city and delays. And so we said, forget it. And that's what drove
If I may ask, were you insured?
Yeah, insured, but not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah,
okay.
Not
Yeah,
enough.
I think that seems to be a lot of people, even the people that have insurance, it doesn't cover everything.
Correct.
Okay.
That's very common. And there's big articles in the San Francisco Chronicle that came out about how these insurance companies chronically underinsured just to get the business. That way, State Farm could say, "Hey, our premium's lower, sign up with us."
Right.
But the replacement value price, the coverage levels were not high enough.
Right.
And so it's clearly the case in ours. And even though I struggled with my insurance company a year or two ago to say, "This is too low,"
Right.
and they, "Well, what do you have in mind?" I said, "The number they had was so ridiculously low." I said, "I want to pay more premium. I want more coverage." And we got it up a little bit, but they would not go higher. It was kind of interesting. So I'm glad I at least bumped it up that little bit I did, but still, it was too low.
Any thoughts on Bass? Any thoughts on the leadership?
Yeah, okay, so my quick nutshell view on that is people like Karen Bass got elected for her ideology.
Right.
And city government should not be, we got potholes, we got police, fire, libraries, parks.
Yeah.
Nuts and bolts, and Jeremy Padawar said it how I think, operational excellence, running an organization. When Rick Caruso ran for mayor, he is someone that can run an organization.
100%.
It's about operating it. And I liken it to this, like, would McDonald's hired the fry cook to be their CEO because they like his ideology or how he feels about politics?
Probably not.
No, it's about who can run an organization.
Right.
And I don't mind a mayor being on vacation. You can go on vacation. So some of that's a little much, but are you going to learn how to run a city better in Ghana? I don't think so. It's off the track.
That was taxpayer funded. She was in Ghana on it.
That's what I'm saying. So no, I tend to lean right, mostly because it's not because I'm anti-left. I'm saying it's about nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts.
Money in, money out, running an organization. It's not about all this other crap that no one cares about, especially at a city level.
What about the shrub, the endangered shrub?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there you go. Enough said.
Right on. Anything else you want to say?
That's it. No, I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, I'm here with Nicole and what was your name? Eli. Nicole and Eli. They have a business up here. They lost a home. I just want to. What's your perspective? Why are you here today?
I was curious to see what was going to happen and who was going to show up, and I'm pleasantly surprised because I feel like this is what it was like on July 4th. We would all come up here, we would wait for the parade that would go down Sunset, and all your little pockets of friends would be up here, and you'd be like, hey man, and everybody would just come up and hug, and that's what we did today.
Right.
Like, we came together.
Someone else shared, I talked to right over here, what was his name? I forget his name.
Andy?
I think it was Andy.
There's two different Andys.
Anyway, he said the same thing. He said, you've seen everyone in the community. It's like a community event. You're seeing people that you run into in the grocery store, things like that.
Yeah, because that's what we would do. Like, you would get home from work, and then you would go to the grocery store, and then that was kind of like a party. It was a social event.
Right.
This community is just so close-knit. Everybody knows each other's grandparents, families, their kids, us. I mean, it was just, yeah, I mean, it's a heavy July 4th.
100%.
But it felt good to see everybody and hug everybody and be reminded that we're still in it
100%.
and we're going to do it together. Yeah.
And you guys plan on rebuilding?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And how is the business doing right now? Are you still operating the Palisades right now, or what's the?
Yeah, we're operating a lot in the Palisades. A lot of unfortunately dead tree removals, burnt tree, But a lot of my clients, my yearly clients, are not here, so it's changed a little bit.
Right.
But we're up here today clearing out a hillside,
awesome.
And getting people's houses that burnt, clearing the dead trees, and people's houses who are still here, making them safe and fire code ready. So that's what we're doing in the Palisades.
Awesome, that's beautiful.
And we're going to be planting trees.
And
right on.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
She's taking charge, head of the landscape division that we're starting.
Awesome, right on.
Yeah.
Part of the rebuild.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Where are you guys living now?
Marina Del Rey.
Marina Del Rey. Okay, right on. Anything else you want to share? I appreciate you guys taking the time. Anything else? Any message?
What brings you up here?
Oh, I'm here to talk to people like you.
Okay.
I'm running for office in the Assembly District 51, 51st District, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica. So obviously my district doesn't cover this, but it affects that community too. And I'm all for government competence. I'm for I'm for justice. And I also just want to know what people are saying on the ground. So that's why I'm here, just talking to people. And I'll share it. Yeah, I'm sharing this out. So. Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, right on.
Okay, well, congrats and best of everything.
Yeah, thank you. Right on.
Yeah.
Epic.
All
epic.
right.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you got the mic still?
Yeah.
Okay, here, you just hold that up.
Okay.
Here, well, we'll get the sign first. There we go. Newscomb Bass-Weiser Reservoir still empty, resign now. Okay, I'm here with, what's your name, brother?
Tom Hill.
Tom Hill. Tom, tell us about why you're here today. Why do you have the sign? Just what's your perspective?
Well, it's a big day, 1 year after our town burned down, and a lot of people feeling the same need to be together and need to get some resolve on where we go from here and support each other in the future, and don't let the city or the county or the state forget what happened to us, and give us the support we need, which we haven't had, and get us to the next step.
Awesome, right on. And did you lose a home in the Palisades?
I did, yes.
Sorry to hear. Are you trying to rebuild? What's your plan with that?
Yeah, I plan to rebuild, but as you've heard from others, it's a long process, and it could take 2 to 3 years to get everything in order and get things moving.
And has that been your experience? Has it been a long process? Is it a pain in the ass? Talk to me.
Yeah, nothing happens overnight. Everything seems to take a while to get the wheels rolling and moving forward, but it's promising to see others have started building, and there are a number of properties up, but it's a small amount compared to what needs to be done.
Totally.
Yeah.
And what's your opinion on what the government could have done better leading up to this?
Oh boy, they could have done so much better. I mean, this one, like my sign says, the reservoir was empty. It's just ridiculous.
Yep.
That could have been, so much better as far as having water in the reservoir, the cutback of the Topanga forest, a game plan to get out of town. It was just gridlock. It was dangerous. If this was in the middle of the night, many more people would have died. So I guess we have to be grateful that it happened at 10:30 in the morning and not at 3 in the morning, because it would have gotten real ugly for many.
Right. Wow. And how are you feeling about, you mentioned the permit stuff is a bit of a pain in the ass. Do you think they should be, like the big thing right now is LA City Council has postponed a vote to waive the permit fees. Any thoughts on that?
Totally agree. I mean, everything should be waived. We are victims. We shouldn't have to be our hands tied. We shouldn't have to pay for fees for something that happened to us that we did not create.
100%.
So they need to give us the support and let us back in at our minimal, if any, expense.
100%. And how are you feeling about where do you want leadership to go from here? Obviously, you're not a fan of Bass. Anyone that you want to run for mayor? I know Spencer just announced he's running for mayor. What are your thoughts?
I couldn't believe it when he said he's running for mayor. I
heard that.
Awesome.
Everyone, by the way, the crowd roared. People were fired up.
He's got my vote.
Yeah.
I mean, I voted for Caruso. I was never a Bass supporter, and surely I hope everyone who did vote for her had a wake-up call and would never make that mistake again. But that would be awesome if Spencer ran. he's got a big following, and we'd love to see it.
Awesome. Right on. Well, thank you so much for sharing your perspective.
You bet.
Appreciate it, brother. Good luck with the rebuild.
Thank you.
Right on. Okay, I'm here with Sean and his pooch. What's about dog?
Sadie.
Sadie. We got
She's
Sadie
named
here.
Sadie for Pacific Palisades,
Oh,
actually.
right on. There you go.
So I was born and raised here.
Awesome.
Born in Santa Monica, but raised here since 1967.
Yeah.
Been here a long time. You know, bounced around a little, but then moved back here in 2010 to raise our kids, two kids, and so I love the Palisades. Unique
Awesome.
place, amazing place in LA. You know, close to the beach and everything. Amazing location, beautiful community. So it's really tragic. A year ago was devastating. I mean, it was, you know, it's I woke up very emotional today, and it's been an incredible, hard year in terms of moving around, moving kids around, getting resituated. Nothing's quite as magical, I think, from my point of view, as what the Palisades has. You know, and I'm here just to remember that and be grateful for what it was, and then hopeful for what it can be again.
Awesome.
You know, it's I'm not here to be about blaming anybody or be political at all. It's really just about, you know, being here to support the community, and again, like I said, remember what is so magical about this place.
Totally.
And be hopeful for we can get it back sooner than later.
Awesome. And are you rebuilding?
Yeah, I mean, my parents, where I grew up is on Toyopa, so close to here. They lived there for 58 years.
Wow.
We're gonna rebuild that house.
Right
it's
on.
kind of keeping my mom alive in many ways.
Wow, right
which
on.
is-
She got a project.
great. She got a project.
Damn, yeah,
So
right on.
we're gonna rebuild, and you know, I mean, like I said, it's gonna unfortunately take some time, but I think we're on a pretty decent track. We're already doing architectural plans and all that kind of stuff, and you know, I'm hopeful that lots of people do that because,
Awesome.
again, once we get back to scale, this place will be pretty amazing.
Awesome. 100%. Anything else you want to share, brother? Appreciate you taking the time.
No. Like I said, I mean, it's a great community, and look forward to the rebuild.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, brother.
Nice meeting you, Dick.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, brother.
Filmmaker, so I'm.
Oh, right.
I get
You know
it.
the deal. I'm here with, what's your name? Sorry.
Chris Russo.
Chris Rousseau. Okay. I'm Dick, by the way. We haven't
Hi,
met.
Dick.
I'll fist pound you.
Nice shirt.
Let me get your. Thank you. Let me get your sign. Tahiti Terrace. Don't leave us behind.
Tahitian Terrace.
Or Tahitian Terrace. Excuse me. Beloved Palisades Mobile Home Community. Can you just tell me about why you're here? What's the community you're representing?
I'm representing the multi-unit housing property community that consists of mobile homes, townhomes, condos, apartments, also known as affordable housing in the Pacific Palisades.
Right.
And our story is that we've been displaced for a year, and the landowners of the mobile home park have not been communicating with its residents.
Right.
So we're fighting to get home, literally.
Got it. And are you dealing with the city at all? Is it strictly the landowner?
We're fighting for some support from our government officials, but it's ultimately up to the people that own the property to allow us to come back. Because when you live in a mobile home park, most people don't know this, but you own the home and the structure you live in, but you pay a land lease because you don't own the land underneath you.
Right.
So the problem is 158 households of Tahitian Terrace have been displaced, and the landowners are not talking to us.
And what's your number one ask for the landowners? Like, just let us come.
Let us
come
know.
back.
We want to work together to rebuild the community.
And what do you think they're trying to do? Like, are they going to try to sell this? Like, what? Do you
We
have any
don't
idea?
know. I mean, we have a lot of fears about what they're not talking to us.
Interesting.
And it could be really easy for us to get back home.
Right.
Because when you own a mobile home, you can go and pick one out and have it delivered in a couple months.
Right. And where did most of you guys go and set up shop now?
Pretty much all over.
All over. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
And
anything?
a lot of it, our residents included public workers like firefighters, professors, teachers, senior citizens, nurses. So very diverse community, and we just want a pathway to return.
And anything you want to share about what you think the government could have done better leading up to this, if anything at all?
Well, the whole fire could have been prevented. I mean, it's been failed leadership from the top, and there's been no support in the Palisades for fire survivors.
Right.
There's just been no. And another thing about the mobile home community is we can't qualify for mortgage assistance because of the regulations around that. So it's. You know, we just don't want to be left behind. We want a seat at the table, and we want to be a part of the community again.
Right on. Anything else you want to share?
I love the shirt, man.
There we go. There we go. Right on. Hey, thank you. Thanks for taking your time.
Will you,
Best of luck.
Hosting this show, or are you hosting the show?
You're actually hosting.
You
I'm
got
just
it.
recording. What's your name, by the way?
Brett Brewer.
Brett Brewer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm Dick Lucas. Nice to meet you, brother. Brett.
I can do it.
You can. Why are you here, brother?
This is Brett Brewer. I'm here with Dick Lucas. We're reporting live from downtown Pacific Palisades, right near the Village Green. And
100%.
we are hearing from a lot of residents who are heartbroken, who have been dealt a bad hand, and who most importantly are pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
And it's the 1-year anniversary of the fires, so it's a very therapeutic for some.
Yeah.
But most importantly, what it is it's a logical call to action of our city and our state and our various departments to do more and do more now, because look at the building. I'm sure Dick will show the building. Look at the building. That looks like the fire happened yesterday.
Yes.
But the fire happened 12 months ago.
Yes.
And as you drive around town, that unfortunately is what you see. So it's not just a anniversary of the fire. This is more a call out of we need more action, and we need more action now.
How do you feel? I love it. You're interviewing me. Yeah. How do you feel about leading up to this? Do you think this was preventable? Do you think the government could have done a better job? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I hate to use the word 100%, but I would say pretty close to 100% preventable. The facts that we now know about the fire on January 1st, how it was put out, how it was left, the winds then, of course, of January 7th. Yes, that fire could have been prevented. By the way, even if that happens, but the correct water is in the reservoir, the correct deployment strategy is used with the fire department, and multiple other things, any of those things are done correctly, and you see a fraction of the homes burned and the businesses burned than you've seen. So that's the bummer of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a meteor could strike. You can have acts of God.
Right.
This was not an act of God.
Well, I thought it was a firestorm, brother. It could no one could do anything. It was a firestorm. It came from the heavens.
Yep. I wish that was true. Not that was true. It really wasn't true.
How are you feeling about? Did you lose a home?
We were out of our home for 10 months.
Okay.
I stayed back for 3 days and fought the fire with the fire department.
Wow, good for
Amazing guys from Laguna Beach was my crew.
Wow.
And so no is the short answer.
And
We're
you're
back in our house. We're back in. Yeah.
How are you feeling about how the rebuilding process is going in general?
Very slow.
Okay.
For the commercial side is nothing's happened.
Right. Well, there's the building you were just showing.
Exactly. Yeah. And then on the residential side, it's starting. You know, I think that part we can't necessarily blame on the city or bureaucracy. Like, people don't know what they want to do, and do they even want to build, or should they sell, or can they even get their arms around making a decision? So that's going to take longer than people think. I mean, that's going to take 5, 7, 9 years in that kind of time frame. So you just need time to go by.
Right.
But we can't wait for that with the schools. We can't wait for that with the churches, and we can't wait for that with the parks.
100%.
That stuff needs to be done, and could have been done 6 months ago.
How are you feeling about leadership? We got an election coming up in June with the primary for the mayor of Los Angeles and the generals in November.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Who do you think in your who are the neighbors talking about? Who do they want Caruso to run? I know Spencer just announced he's running.
Spencer sounds good.
Yeah.
I would love Caruso to run.
Yeah.
If he wanted to make another run at the mayoral candidate.
Yeah.
All I can say is we need a logical, good decision maker in the mayoral seat
100%.
that sees LA for what it is at the moment, and whether it's homelessness, whether it's roads, whether it's LAX, whether it's this fire disaster, goes about in a logical way making the city better. It's a pretty simple thing. And we got the Olympics coming,
Yes,
and
sir.
we've got the World Cup coming. Like, we have some big tentpole events that we can really lean into. But we got to get to work.
Got to get to work. Right on.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap up here, brother?
You know, I'll just call out a legend named Todd Thompson, who has been here every step of the way. He made Pally Strong hats.
Oh, right on.
That
Todd Thompson, okay.
he's a legend. But other than that, you got it from here, Dick, and I appreciate you covering the news.
Okay, thanks a lot, brother.
All right,
Appreciate
you got
it.
it.
Thank
Bye.
you.